Felwood, the strangely corrupted forest that still looks somewhat cool, filled with a ton of farming areas, some of which I have done videos on. However, at the very top there's a spot filled with furbolgs. These weird looking dudes are mainly farmed out for the Timber Maw Hold reputation, which has a variety of cool items and will allow safe passage through the cave connecting it to Winterspring and Moonglade. So we're going to farm them out for 10 hours and see what we get. Without any further ado, let's get to farming these Felburgers. Hey! Over 50% of you aren't subscribed. So do me the tiny favor, hitting that sub button, and then me and you were on the same team. We're going to be good. Just do me that itty bitty favor. And if you aren't hitting that sub button, just know your name's on the list. Now this is the part where I'd usually do a rant or maybe a montage, but today I want to talk about my old job and how my old manager there actually robbed our own store. If you're not interested in hearing this story, I'll have the timestamp down below with the farm results. Alright, so a few years ago I was working at Petco in the fish and reptile department. I absolutely love the aquarium hobby, so it was a really cool gig to get. I mean, I was working with fish and being able to educate people and just doing everything I loved about the hobby. Regardless, I had been working there for about a year when the store got a new manager. He was a younger dude in his mid-20s, and he actually lived about 3 hours away in the city of Los Angeles. But he was becoming our manager because he wanted to bring our store up to a AAA rating and essentially make it very profitable for the company. And I guess corporate really thought this guy could do it. Right off the bat, he was turning things around. He even worked with me personally on implementing more ways to educate customers on the care of the animals and what they needed for them. Which I was super happy for because Petco doesn't really do much to educate the customers, let alone the workers. However, that's a rant for another day. Either way, things were looking good, and honestly, the mood was super positive in the store. But pretty quickly, things started to happen with our new manager. He would just sit with me in my department, talk about how he and his friends had gone out clubbing, and joked about how they were in a gang, and just going on about all these crazy stories that he was doing in Los Angeles. One week he came in with a black eye, and no one really got an answer from him on how he got it. Then one day, the co-manager of the store had to go to LA to pick him up because his car had gotten stolen or something, and he didn't really explain further on that either. Just some crazy stuff going on in this guy's life. It just wasn't right. Eventually, the store did start to slow down, and there wasn't much improvement, and there was some talking going on that he was actually going to be replaced. He then just stopped showing up to work or would come in really late, not even wearing his uniform, just a regular old hoodie. Then one night, the store got robbed. The story goes that a man approached my manager with a gun and then told him to open the safe and get all the cash in there. The man then took the cash and ran out the store. Cops came in, did their investigation, and everyone kind of moved on after that night. So the next day I was talking to my coworkers, and some who were working that night were confused because my manager apparently shook the guy's hand and just straight up let him into the office, from what they were saying. He then walked the guy out of the store, went back into the office, and then I guess that's when he called 911. So the situation is looking really fishy now. And honestly, life just kind of moved on. We all started doing our own jobs again. He never showed up for work again, and the only information I got from corporate was that if he tried to contact me, to let them know. I didn't really deal with the money, and honestly, I kind of just went back to doing my job because I didn't care about the whole corporate side of it. I just wanted to care for the animals and help my customers out. But talking from coworkers and whatnot, I think he got away with like around $10,000. Either way, even though this story seems very mundane, it really just stuck with me. Because you see those guys in movies and TV shows who are con artists. They're very much a people person and can get into situations or cut deals that they shouldn't be able to. And this guy was like a living embodiment of it. He had no clue what he was really doing, but talked a good game and overall got away with some cash. So it taught me an important lesson to not trust people because they seem friendly at the get-go, to keep an arm's length just in case. And this has already helped me greatly, because I don't care if you're wearing khakis or are a good-looking dude. Nothing you say to me will make me switch to State Farm, Jake, you dumb bitch. This is a wholesome Geico YouTube channel. Although Flo can slide into the DMs at any point if you catch my drift. Anyhow, after farming for 10 hours, this is what we got. We got a total of 349 rune cloth, 7 superior mana potions, 5 major healing potions, 1 Librum of Constitution that sold for 55 gold, and roughly 90 raw gold. Making the rune cloth into bandages and vendoring them, we got a total of 179 gold. Honestly, not too bad for grinding out a few levels and getting a reputation up. Which, by the way, we got a total of 257 feathers and are about halfway through neutral now, starting from hostile. To max out the reputation, however, we're going to need to grind out mobs until revered and have about 2100 feathers to push us through to exalted. So keep an eye out for a 50-hour farm of Fergnals in the future. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more from me, then hit that sub button. Make sure you have a great day, and peace. So keep an eye out for a 50-hour farm of furbolgs. God damn it.